Yeah, so welcome. I'll be talking about the Skilled Newcomer Internships program. And I'm also going to be introducing the other professional development tools that we offer at BioTalent Canada, along with our Skilled Newcomer Internships program, but that can also be accessed outside of the program. So, let's see. Ooh, it looks like I'm a bit frozen. Okay, yeah, so if you're wondering what we do at BioTalent Canada, we support the people behind life-changing science. And we do this in various ways, like our labor market information report, our national occupational standards report, our professional development tools, our skills recognition, and our talent management. And our talent management encompasses our wage subsidy programs, so like the Skilled Newcomer Internships program. And the Skilled Newcomer Internships program, basically, the purpose of this program really is to help newcomers to Canada, internationally educated professionals, access their very first full-time work opportunity in the Canadian bioeconomy. So we do this by offering an incentive to employers and a support or financial support to the employers by providing a 75% wage subsidy up to $20,000 if they choose to hire an internationally educated professional. So the program is suited for anyone, any role within the bioeconomy. So as long as the employer's organization falls under the bioeconomy, the candidate can apply for any role for the organization. So, and I'll go over the details of this in a bit, no worries. And we also give them free enrollment access to our essential and technical skills courses, and to have the candidates' skills recognized by employers in the industry. We give them free access to our BioSkills recognition program upon completing the Skilled Newcomer Internships program. So this little diagram is basically how we define the bioeconomy. So it can be through several sectors: biohealth, bioenergy, bioindustrial, or agri-biotech. And we use the same application package for any of these sectors. So regardless of the role, regardless of the industry sector, all employers use the same application package just to make the process a little bit easier. And yeah, I'd mentioned the BioSkills recognition program. So to break down how it works, the participants sets up an e-portfolio, and basically they submit any their education or their work experience, anything that relates to their professional career, any supporting documents, sort of almost like they're submitting their resume to this e-portfolio. And once it's submitted, it is reviewed by a Canadian industry expert. So the industry experts, they review these competencies against our national occupation standards, or we like to call it NOS too. And what NOS is basically a summary of the high-level skills and competencies that are required for the majority of occupations in the bioeconomy. So they review them against these standards, and then they determine whether these competencies can be qualified as bio-ready. So besides having actual Canadian work experience, often this bio-ready status or the bio-ready label is the next best thing, because it is showing to employers that, an expert in the Canadian industry has reviewed all of my competencies and has validated them, and is telling to employers, this candidate can smoothly transition and make the integration into the Canadian industry. So our essential skills courses, these courses aren't specific to any role, but they really help develop the foundational skills for the roles in the bioeconomy. So this is like reading, writing, numeracy, document use, communication, collaboration, or problem solving. And outside of participating in the Skill Newcomer Internships program, these courses are also free for anyone who has refugee status in Canada. And we also have our technical skills fundamental courses. So these courses are certifications that are mostly needed in more specific roles or more regulated sectors, like the essential skills courses. It's also free for anyone who has refugee status in Canada. So I'll go on to looking over the eligibility criteria for the Skill Newcomer Internships program. So there's a set of eligibility criteria for the employer and also for the participant. So I'd already mentioned the employer has to fall under the bioeconomy or healthcare sector, and they have to be offering a full-time work opportunity for the candidate for a minimum of 3 months. They have to place the participant on payroll, and they cannot be combining this funding with any other federal sources. And for the participants, they have to arrive to Canada within the last 5 years. It has to be their first time seeking a full-time work opportunity in the Canadian bioeconomy, and they either have to be a Canadian citizen or have permanent residency status or have refugee status, or they can be a Ukrainian newcomer to Canada through CUAET, the Canada-Ukraine Authorization for Emergency Travel. So QUIT newcomers will qualify as long as they hold a valid Canadian work permit and that they can show proof of foreign credentials if they're asked. This is mostly in the more regulated professions. So at this point, you may be wondering, like, do we match employers to candidates? Do we recruit candidates for employers or potential employers? And while we don't typically do the matchmaking, we do try to offer supports to help make that match. Often, the employers might approach us and they're interested in participating in the wage subsidy, and they're also hiring at the same time. And depending their area, we might reach out to an immigrant serving agency to see if they have any clients that might benefit from this work opportunity. And I hope that making that connection, the employer can hire someone new that is possibly eligible for the Skilled Newcomer Internships program, and the clients of these immigrant serving agencies can, benefit from a work opportunity. And we also have what you see here, our job board, the Petri dish. So this job board is specifically for organizations in the Canadian bioeconomy. And a lot of our partners and organizations that are likely already familiar with our wage subsidy programs will post their jobs on here. And you can filter the search by location, by education attainment, or by the role. So definitely also a great resource for any job seekers in Canada or any job seekers looking for roles in the bioeconomy. And also, if you're interested in this, I can definitely connect you with one of my colleagues. She's more best suited for this, or to give you more information on this job board. So we've come to the end of this presentation. I'll just open up the floor if there's any questions from you, any thoughts on what I might have shared.